Hey everybody, how you doing? Kevin Oguana here. How is everyone doing? I'm going to take this presenter real quick and share my screen with you. Let me hop in the chat and see how everyone's doing. See what everybody is up to. We're going to go over some cool stuff today, guys. It's going to be fun. So let me hop in the chat here, see what we got. Beautiful. Derek, Winnie, Steve, Larry, Robert, Gary, Scott, Christopher, Lauren, Hazen. How is everyone doing? This is beautiful. Neil, Ed, you've been pretty active lately, my friend. It's really awesome to see. George, how we doing? Joseph, Mike. Cool. So this is good stuff, guys. It's good to see you here. Yeah, thanks, Taylor. Appreciate it. How's everyone doing? Is everyone pretty pumped up about what we've got going on as we march towards this reboot? Yeah? Cool. All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to show you guys some tracking stuff today. Okay, so what I want to do, does that sound like a good idea, actually? Showing you guys some tracking stuff and show you guys what we got going on the tracking end? We're bringing to you. Cool. Awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys, and I mean, we've been doing these webinars every day. It's like day number 3, and you guys are still showing up, rocking it out. I mean, I'd be sick of hearing my voice by now. So let me give you guys something. Show the love. I'm going to send this to you guys. Go ahead and toss that out to someone who needs to be on here to see what we're doing with tracking, and we're going to rock this out. You guys can see what we've got going on for you. So I'm going to give you a second to do that. And we've got Hitesh here. He's silently hanging out in the background. We might need him in a minute. But before
Actually, I'm extremely loud. I just have myself on mute.
Fair enough, my friend. Fair enough. Norman said you were feeding your face. Okay. So I want to show them something that we were talking about earlier. That's go ahead and do this. You guys should be able to see this screen. This is part of the new and improved and enhanced almighty INFINii tracking. What do you guys think of this so far? So what we're going to do is walk through this a little bit and just kind of give you a demo of a little bit of what you can do. Here with INFINii tracking. So right here this is the dashboard where you get going, right? You've got a couple things. You got home, you've got connect my accounts where you can connect your eBay, your Bonanza, your Amazon accounts. You can source items, spread, you can socialize, which we're probably going to change the name of that. Automate some auto ordering, and then all your accounting so you can see what's going on, and then pop on over into support if you have a question or need help with this. So pretty simple layout. But also pretty powerful in everything in real time. So this right here, what I would do if I came in here is I would first go and I'd connect my accounts. And if I go on over to the home page, that I can see, hey, I've got everything, my eBay tokens, my Amazon token, and my Bonanza token all connected. So for those of you who are, so what you'll be able to do here is just connect all your 3 accounts, okay? And then you can say, look, I want to look for items. I want to start sourcing items. And you'll be able to source right now from Overstock, Walmart, Wayfair, and Amazon. And you'll just type your keyword in, enter in your category, minimum price, maximum price, how many results you want. You can download the files if you want to save that data for later on to kind of paw through if you so choose. Or you can just save it into your account. Now, once you do that, once you source it, it's going to come back with prices, right? It's going to come back with ratings and reviews, and you can see your UPC codes right here where you can grab them. And this is it. You can just go through and start adding these items and literally ticking on them and listing them onto your accounts just by coming down and hitting that submit button. So this is kind of a sneak peek of what we're doing on the tracking side and what you guys will have that you get your hands on. Norman's flipping out in the chat. Who's excited about the tracking, about getting this kind of stuff up? I know a lot of people here over the last couple of days, we've been talking about compensation plans and things of that nature. And we're all about that stuff, right? We're all about that stuff. But at the end of the day, we're also all about making sure you guys have some cool tools. So this tracker has been a long time in the making. I think Hitesh has probably spent dozens of sleepless nights with developers and programmers and coders and making sure that this is exactly where it needs to be. And a big shout out to Carly, because she's been helping along with this every step of the way. So Carly, we love you. And I think that, you know, your contribution to this is going to help so many people down the road as we move forward. So pretty awesome. So you guys are going to get your hands, okay. You're going to get your hands on this. Yeah.
If you don't mind, can I just add a little bit to it and walk you guys through what it actually does at the same time? So if you just want to go up, just go up to the menu.
Sure.
And if you want to put your cursor on Get Going.
You got it.
Okay, so let me explain what these steps mean. So the step that Kevin just showed you is the sourcing step, right? So this is how you source items. Now, another source that we will add in here as it gets bigger and bigger is the INFINii Marketplace as well. So you'll be able to search for items, and the INFINii Marketplace items will also show up here. So sourcing is you saying what kind of products you want. I want products between $100 and $250 that have specific ratings and enough reviews, and it'll go and find those products for you. You can also define and say, hey, I just want to see the top 100 items on Walmart right now, or top 100 items specifically in the home and garden category on Amazon or whatever, right? So you can very, very quickly go right to the top selling things right now, and you can try and find the related vendors to it, go start piggybacking on those listings, go start jumping in. Really, really great also to find seasonal data, right? So you'll be able to see what's going on seasonally, that, hey, 2 months ago, these things were really hot and were selling really well. And now you can do that every year around that time, or every couple months, whenever that seasonal cycle kicks in each time, right? So that's the benefit of the sourcing step. Now, what spread refers to is where do you want to throw these items? So just click on that, please, Kevin, quick. Okay, so now basically you are able to select a list of items that you've already shortlisted, right? So let's say that on this previous list from Walmart, you shortlisted 50 items. Now in this account, as a test, we also took a list and we named it Outstock, and I'll explain what that means later. But this is a list of items that tend to go out of stock and we know are very, very popular. So we are like targeting those items because we have the vendors for them. So this is just an example of kind of stuff you can do. But you are able to import a list of a CSV list of items that you've already, or you can grab a list that's saved in your account, or you can choose an individual item, and then you select where do you want to list this. Do you want to list it on eBay, on Bonanza, or Amazon? And you can basically start spreading your listings and your products all over the place. So you remember last night in yesterday's webinar, if you were here, we went over a very critical thing about how you have to be consistent and make sure that you throw out there as many listings as possible so you can start analyzing data and start figuring out what you want to do. So this is exactly what this allows you to do. You're now spreading your listings out there, and then you'll be able to analyze it later. So let's go back to the main menu, please, the Get Going menu. Next is Socialize. That basically means you can now hit up the listings you've just created with social signals. Now, we've actually already activated this module for Surge in INFINii. So you guys can actually already see that. If you're making a listing in INFINii right now, you're able to hit that up with Google+, Twitter, and so on to start generating social signals to it. Next is Automate. That's very straightforward. That's truly automated already, in that all the listings you create, the system goes back and checks those items every 30 minutes to make sure that they're still in stock. And you can set the frequency to however frequently you want to check it. I want to check every 4 hours. I want to check every 6 hours. I want to check every hour. And it'll go and check your listings for you, make sure the price is there, the stock is there, and so on. This thing has been like entirely rebuilt, completely in-house and all that wonderful stuff. We won't go too much into auto ordering yet because we want to save some firepower for when we put this out, and we will show you guys how that thing works. And then we have accounting, which essentially keeps a track of everything that has happened with all of your items over time. Now, here's the beautiful thing with this. One of the things that we've started doing is we're collecting timestamps on every product. So we're able to show you that, look, here is how the price fluctuated for this item in the past month, for example, right? So let's say you have something that you're selling on Amazon. We can actually show you that, look, over the last 1 month, the price started here, and then the price went up, and then went a little bit down, and then went up and a little bit down, with the exact timestamps of when that happened. So you can actually see, hey, is there a trend over here that there are too many people jumping on these items right now? Maybe I should choose different items to go for. Or is it a trend right now that these items are becoming more popular? I should really start putting a lot more items in this category because there seems to be a lot more traffic to this category right now. So you can do all of those wonderful things in here as well. So that's the overall functionality of how INFINii tracking works. Now, a very straight up question that I'm expecting without even looking at the questions yet is, who has access to this? How much does it cost? And when will it come out, right? I'm assuming that covers about 99% of questions about it. So people from Prime upwards are able to get access to it, to get access to different features, and your prices are different based on that as well. Just like the marketplace, if you're on Surge and Excel levels, then your costs are lower. You can do a lot more with it, like auto ordering, for example. But there are also going to be there's going to be some functionality available to Prime level as well. Okay, so we're going to give you guys all the details on that when we announce its release date, which is within this month. It's relatively close, but we're going to keep the focus a little bit more on the things that are closer to us. One being the open of cart on Monday, and the second being the marketplace. So far, who thinks this is kind of cool and like what you see here?
There's a lot of people saying, I need this. This is exactly what we've needed. Awesome, cool, yep. Yes, oh my God, of course. Beautiful.
So there are a few other modules we're building as well, which you don't see here, which when they come out, we will release them. They'll be pretty beautiful as well. But yeah, this has been a lot of time. And like Kevin said, Carly has put in a lot of time testing different pieces of this with suggestions. I know actually more than just Carly, there are many other people who have also been working and testing some of these things and sending us feedback. So thank you to everybody who has done that. Really appreciate that. And guys, the store list that you saw in here is basically a store list that we use for testing all of our stuff, because those are the most popular ones, but we actually have a lot more than this that we support. In fact, if you go in your INFINii back office right now, you can already create listings from many other sources as well, including Hayneedle and Academy and so on and so forth. So there's that. That's the whole tracking thing. Now, Kevin, if you would please do a very quick recap of how the genealogy works and how the comp plan works, a very quick one, because I would like to go a little bit into how the marketplace works and how INFINii tracking will function as a product in the digital side of INFINii. So we're going to go a little bit about how INFINii Digital and INFINii Marketplace work, how the business volume from that works, how the business volume is calculated, how the volume for vendors works, all of that stuff. So you guys are prepared, because we've been getting a ton of questions about this kind of stuff. And I know a lot of the leaders have come to us and said, I'm getting a lot of questions from my downlines asking about this stuff. So we'd like to address all of those questions for you. And let's get going.
Yep, and that sounds good. And I'll tell you what, there was a question here, and this is a good segue to kind of address that. Someone was asking about the binary compensation plan and getting paid in that. And I'll tell you, the binary compensation plan, we're scrapping that. We're scrapping that. So, Alberto, that whole binary compensation plan is being scrapped. But there's a lot of people that made money in it. Okay, but we wanted something that could get more people paid out, right? Like, for instance, Jeff Farway tagged me in this post, $50,000, which is pretty crazy for a couple months, right? So awesome stuff. But we wanted to make sure that everyone could get a level playing field, right? And have a compensation plan that they can understand. So this is our new compensation plan. And I think pretty much 80% of the people on here has seen us go through this. But let me ask, because there's a lot of folks on here that I think are new and just looking at this, even for the first time, if you're in that boat, let me know in the chat. If you have not seen this new rewards plan, let me know if you're kind of new to this stuff. And one of our awesome members said, hey, this is something you want to look at. So pop in there. Okay, so quite a few of you. There we go. Beautiful. Look at that. Okay, so I'm going to run through this really quick. So for those of you who have seen this 5 times, please be patient, and hopefully you'll pick up something new. But there are folks on here that have not seen this yet, that have been brought to INFINii to go to see what we're doing with this compensation plan, because it is something that's unique. So real quick, here's how this works. Every time somebody joins, if you came in here and you had somebody join, let's say at the Excel level, all right, and I always use that because it's even numbers. So if somebody joined at the Excel level and they paid $400 and started their time here with INFINii, you would make 25% of that sale because you brought them on board. Okay, 25% as a jumpstart bonus, one-time jumpstart bonus. That's step 1, jumpstart bonus. 25% of what is sold, what you sell, what you people do in volume is given out to you in a jumpstart bonus, 25% on the front end. Okay, we also have the milestone checks. So when you start hitting ranks inside of INFINii, for example, you hit manager, you get a $50 milestone check. When you hit regional, you get a $100 milestone check. When you hit national, you get a $350, global $500. This is the check that you get as you hit these ranks. Now, the cool thing is when you bring somebody on board and they start hitting these ranks, you're also going to get 20% on your level 1. That means 20% of the people you personally sponsor, 20% of what they get in milestones, you will now earn. And when they bring somebody on board and that person goes to the milestones, you're going to get 10% of what that person does in milestones. So 2 levels deep, we match these milestones. We give you a check match on them. Level 3 is the INFINITI Pay. This is the 3rd way that we earn inside of this rewards plan. Okay, this is 10% of what happens per leg in your organizations. And we have caps on these for ranks, but this is to infinity levels deep, so that if you have somebody who is on your 1000th level and they bring in a big team and rock it out, that's all going to be volume that you can earn an income on. Okay, pretty crazy. Number 4 is the INFINITI check match. That means anyone that you personally refer as you start hitting these ranks, starting at the regional manager rank, you're going to earn a check match on what your personals earn in the INFINITI Pay. On that 10% in their organizations, you're going to earn a check match on whatever they get. So at regional manager, it's 5%, national 10, global 15, director 30, senior director 35, and so on and so forth, all the way up to 100% if you are in global ambassador, all right? That you can check match folks that you bring in. So the cool thing about that, about all of this, is we have something in here called the holding tank. And when somebody signs up for the first 30 days, they are in a holding tank, and you can place them in your organizations. And when you place them in your organizations, let's say I brought in Derek, and Derek came in and started building a team, and we're growing, and he's been in my holding tank for the month. And at the end of the month, I decide to place Derek underneath another rock star who's building out and growing their team. I can start popping ranks with that volume. I could move Derek underneath of Jill, manager, triggering a check for Jill for $500, right? And I'm check matching that. And she's going to earn in the INFINITI Pay of that volume. She'll get paid on that volume as well. So you can build very focused teams to help them start knocking out these ranks by dropping people into other people's downlines with the holding tank. So that is going to be just insane when we launch this. The compensation plan that we're coming from is a binary compensation plan. Left leg, right leg. You might get a ton of spillover on your left leg, but you don't get paid on that, right? You get paid on the volume that you do on your smaller leg, your less leg, your weaker leg. And really, who wants to get paid on their smaller leg, their lesser leg, their weaker leg, right? Nobody. You want to get paid on everything that happens in your organization, everything that happens in your team, in your family. And INFINii, you want to get paid on that, right? Is that fair to say? You guys hop in the chat and let me know. Is that not a better way? Getting paid on half of what's happening or getting paid on everything that's happening in your organization? Much better, right? And you know what? Now you can help people because they're not stuck on some giant leg and they say, hey, hey, Amber, I need help down here. Kevin, I need help down here. And I'm like, well, you're kind of on my big leg. I can't build down there, right? So it kind of alienates people, and the team building goes completely out the window in these scenarios. So this is what we're moving over to, okay? And in a couple days, you guys already have the back office. You can see it. You can see your genealogies. We're making a couple more changes to that, like we showed yesterday, so that you guys can better navigate it. But you'll be able to go ahead and build in this fashion, right? In this way, with holding tanks, with your teams. So very, very exciting. It's going to be kind of crazy. And let me ask in the chat, I mean, let me just ask, who's been in network marketing opportunities before and how many have you been in? Just put a number. Just put a number. If you've been in 5, 6, 10, 12, just toss a number in there. Okay. 7, I want to see 13. Whoa. Oh my goodness. 20. We've got, wow. 20. I don't know if that one's true, hundreds, but that'd be kind of crazy if it is. But this is, the thing is, a lot of the opportunities that you've been in now, in all those compensation plans and all those reward plans and all those ways that you got paid for introducing people to the opportunity, have you ever seen this? Has anybody ever seen something where you get $25, at least 25% on the front end, and then milestone checks that you check match? Actual goals for people to hit where you get check matches on those goals that you help them reach them, plus a holding tank. Have you guys ever seen this? And said, no freaking way. Because there's nothing like it out there. We didn't base this off of anything, right? That we took small pieces and parts from other compensation plans that we've loved. It's like whenever you want to build something that's unique and new and something that's gonna take the world by storm, here's the process to do it. You go out there and you look at what's working in multiple different rewards programs out there. And you take what's working in that rewards program. Wow, this company pays a lot on the front end, right? You take that part. Wow, this company has a very good incentive for people to hit ranks, right? And you modify that a little bit to suit your needs in your rewards plan. But then you do that. That's what you do. You take the best components that have worked and you take all the garbage that doesn't work and you just pitch it. You just throw it right out the window, right? And then you combine those things into the rewards plan for people to build with one goal in mind: to get as much money into as many people's hands as humanly possible and make sure that people have support. Because who here's been kind of abandoned in a network marketing company, in a traditional company before? Had gotten in, you're in there, even if you're building and you want to grow and you want to build and you have that desire and you put a couple people in, but there's really no support. Right? It happens over and over again. And one of the ways that we can eliminate that is to, one, make sure that the leaders get paid on everything that happens in their organizations, not just on one leg, right? And two, make sure that when you hit ranks and you have success, that they have success as well. So when you hit this global manager and you've earned $1,000 in milestone bonuses, that leader that helped you, no matter how deep you are in their organization, just earned an income off of that. And that's driving the right behaviors, because you should get paid. If you're helping people, you should get paid for that. That's the way we feel. If our leaders come in and they help grow their teams and help people change their lives, then we want to see them get paid for that. And so what better way than to give them an incentive like this? So, yeah. So I hope that kind of answers your question, Alberto. I know it kind of went off on a rant, but I'll tell you, this is you're in the right spot. Whoever introduced you to this and had you come on this call, and for those of you, let me know in the chat if somebody said, "Hey, get on this and just see what these guys are doing." I'm gonna see how many are out there, because this is something totally different. I think you can see that. I think you guys can see that this is something that's totally different. Well, we'll get you taken care of, Kim. Hit us up in support, okay? Because we want to make sure that you have massive success here as well. You are most welcome. Beautiful. Tanya made her list. So we put out something yesterday. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Have you guys seen this? Who has not seen this document yet? Who has not seen this? Let me know. So we put this out yesterday, and we've got who's taken action on this document that has seen it so far. Who's actually went in here and started penciling in the names of who their partners are going to be, who they're going to be running with. Beautiful, beautiful. A lot of people taking action, and some people saying they haven't seen it yet. So I'm going to go ahead and toss this in there for you guys, for those of you who haven't seen this. And I want to show you something.
Mode.
Okay, so if you see the screen right here, you guys might have noticed this. Okay, great. So if you've seen this, if you guys have seen this, I'm going to put this in here for you guys to go. You can go look at the last 2 webinars that we had, the last 2 days. Okay, and you can go watch the day 1, which was the rewards plan, where we got into more about the rewards plan, the holding tank, and the marketplace. And then we talked about the path to success, where we actually went ahead. Let me pause that. And this webinar was yesterday, where we went ahead and gave you this handout so you guys can go download that. And you can register for the next webinar, which is the one you're on right now, which is day 3. We're having another webinar tomorrow where we're going to kind of wrap everything up in a nice little bow for you, and give you some more action steps on what to do. But you'll see this page changing as we go along, okay? You'll see this page changing as we go along. So beautiful. Good job, Bruce. Awesome stuff. All right, I'll give that doc one more time because I got a couple of people asking for it. So I'm going to toss this back out to you guys one more time, and then we will grab Hitesh back on. And there's some folks that I actually want to check and see who's on here, and get some folks pop on out here and let me know what they think of all this. Actually, let's do that first real quick. So if you wanted me to unmute you, because there's a lot of you out there with some amazing success stories, on the fly. If you're interested in just being unmuted, we'll see what we got going on. Let's go ahead and do it. So just let me know in the chat, and we will be happy to do that. I want to hear from what you guys are doing and your success stories. All right, you know, this is good. This is good. So what I'm going to do, Bruce, you are unmuted, sir.
How you doing there, sir?
I'm doing great. Guys and gals, if you don't know, this is Bruce Spencer Ladd III, patriot, served his country, and it's really good to have you on here. So what do you think of all this, Bruce?
I think it's pretty awesome, and I put a post in the group today just to let people know about following the training. I've been following the training for a couple of years now. Just totally awesome. I actually took a break after Orlando, and I did a posting today and made a $500 sale on something I just had from home, because one of the things that I got from Kevin and from Hitesh is that, you know, when you walk into a store, you have to see it differently. It's like I see food differently. So when Bruce Ladd walks into a store, I don't care what kind of store, thrift store, liquidation store, Walmart, I see it differently because, first of all, we're all going to always be consumers, but we have to look at that we're business owners. So when you walk into one of these places, there's stuff on the clearance racks. I know a lot of people might be new. They might not have the Amazon account set up like me, where I can scan and know that what the rank of something is if I want to buy a whole bunch of them, if they're taking them in for sale. And one of the things that I did is I kind of stepped back when Hitesh made the announcement about, you know, Amazon. They, for us FBA sellers, they were going to charge us for inventory being in their warehouses because they're kind of on overflow. I took everything back, got it here at the house, got me a new camera. I'm taking new pictures. I'm just going to sell it from home, fulfilled by merchant. But, you know, anybody that, if you know anything about me, like Kevin says, navigated ships for the Army, was on a military honor guard. I remarried. My wife's a retired officer. We are a six-figure income earning family. But what I want to tell people is that doesn't matter. The reason I'm in business is I've taken money from, you know, just my job. Anybody that has a job, just take money from your job and invest in yourself. That's the best thing that I can tell you. And the number one thing about us being on social media, and Kevin knows where I'm going to come from on this, is a lot of people can post a lot of things. And INFINii has been in a stage of where we are, you know, going through a transition. And that transition ended up taking more time. Don't let anybody make a post, a negative post, because they change direction. Just keep your focus. As a soldier, I will say this: by navigating ships, we always learn to stay the course. If you allow yourself to get 1 degree off, it could put you several miles out of the way of where your destination is. So if I could leave you with anything, I would say stay the course. Go and read my posts in the INFINii network. It's not there for bragging rights. It's there to say that this is a guy that's been with the company since 10/6/13. I've made quite a bit of money. I didn't document it all, but I can walk on eBay at the drop of a dime, not even selling on eBay for months, and make $500 sale, basically $415 profit just today alone. Amazon seller account is at 100%. These guys are stand-up guys. I've been with Kevin and Hitesh live at events. I've talked to them personally. Their goal and vision for the company is just awesome. And what I will say is this: if anybody don't know this, these are millionaires allowing us to get a piece of the pie of what they've taken and invested in for us to have businesses from home. And so, you know, take it serious. And like I said, don't measure your success to nobody else's that post on Facebook or in other social media groups. You, first of all, have to be a hands-on person. You know, Kevin and Hitesh and anybody else that's a leader can tell you how to do something. You can watch the videos, but you still have to do it hands-on. You know, Booksmart was good for me, but I was hands-on in the military. I graduated from the top radar school in the nation back in my time in the service, and it was the hardest school ever, and people told me what I couldn't do. All I know is I've done it. Thanks, Kevin.
You're awesome, Bruce. Thank you very much. And, I appreciate it. And I'll tell you, Bruce said something that was really profound there. And he said that if you go 1 degree off, you're going to be very far off in the future. It's kind of like who here plays golf, right? If you hit a golf ball and you hit a golf ball just a little tiny bit off, when it travels downrange, it's going to be way off. So just, you guys have something that's pretty unique here. And what he was talking about, where he was saying scanning items, for those of you who are new and don't know, this is where that training sits, right? Where we get into a lot of that stuff and navigating Seller Central, and then actually scanning items in your local area, right? Going down to the local store and scanning items, and then shipping them into Amazon and getting paid on them, right? That's selling them on Amazon, shipping them from your house, getting paid on them, right? Pretty easy stuff. Pretty easy stuff. Now I want to do something. I want to bring out Georgia chimed in, and I appreciate you being here. Let me see if I can get you. Let's see. Georgia Williams, I am about to unmute you. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you, Kevin?
I am doing great. Everyone give her a warm welcome. Beautiful.
Jeff suggested that I try to get on tonight and share a little bit of my story. I want to give my shout out to Bruce, who I happened to meet at the last DSD conference. We've become friends and we communicate quite a bit on Facebook. That was awesome, Bruce. Awesome. I read your post today and I want to share it with everybody. But Jeff is actually my sponsor, and he introduced me to this business. We were in another business together, and I was looking at his post, and I wanted to know what this was all about, because I have been in 8 previous network marketing programs because I've always wanted to work for myself. In fact, I have 2 of my own businesses besides what I'm doing with INFINii, but those businesses are they're hands-on, but they're more of a creative side. And when you do something creative, you don't make a lot of money. But anyway, it's like the starving artist effect. But when he introduced this to me, the thing that impressed me about this business is that it's so simple. You have to put the work in. But when you look at the post of all the people that are making, a ton of money, you tell yourself you have the same resources, the same training that they have. And I've always told myself that I can do anything that anybody else could do as long as I get the right training. And INFINii definitely gives you the right training. I appreciate the fact that they're in video form. You can stop it, you can back it up, you can play it again. But as I was saying, the thing I like most about this business is it's portable. You can take this, as long as you have an internet connection on a laptop or a computer or a phone or an iPad or whatever, you can work this business anywhere that you are. You don't have to, you can go on vacation, take your laptop with you and still conduct your business. The freedom that gives you is so, so amazing. I really, really appreciate it. And the fact that I'm able to contribute to the finances of my home with my husband. We're both in our 60s. I retired 10 years ago to do my creative businesses, and because of the work that he does, I was able to do that.
Yeah.
Now it's my turn to help him be able to retire so that we can enjoy this beautiful home that we just bought for these 10 grandchildren that we have.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, and the fact that you guys amaze me, you and Hitesh, it's like you guys must not ever sleep. You just keep making it better and better and better. And I've started to do, I've always posted, but I've started to concentrate more on the specifics of what's happening for me because of this business. And just this week, I've gotten so many questions and like, explain this to me and what is this? And I'm interested. So just keep doing what you're doing. We appreciate you so much. And this business is been a lifeline for me. I had a lot of family drama, a lot of family illness, so that I wasn't able to concentrate on my business as much as I wanted to. But I kept making sales because when you lay that foundation, your business practically runs itself. So kudos to you guys. I love you for helping us all.
You're awesome.
For helping us all achieve our dreams.
Oh, thank you. And this is we got the picture you guys can see. This is beautiful. I mean, congratulations. I mean, this is amazing. And I'm kind of speechless on this that you're able to do this. And you know, this kind of stuff is what drives us, because we get to see, when we see someone do this, you know, just as much as, you know, people look and go, oh, you guys must never sleep. Like I saw in the chat, you guys must never sleep. It's not about us at all. What drives us is because you guys never sleep. You guys are always building. You guys are always growing, and it pushes us on. So when you guys have results, post that stuff and let us know. Let us know what you're doing, because this is amazing, right? This is amazing. This is beautiful.
Thank you so much. I'm really enjoying it. And I have an office. It's a 5-bedroom, but I converted one of the bedrooms into my INFINii office. And I have, like most people, they put the first dollar they ever made in a frame and put it on. I have a picture of the first item I ever sold.
What was it?
It was a dog carrier. And amazingly, when I first got started, I listed my first 10 items, and I listed the last one, which was this dog carrier, about midnight. One night, and when I got up the following morning, it had sold, and I said, "Oh my God, this really works!"
Oh yeah. Can you post that? I would love to see that. I kind of want to see this now, right? Because I used to do this. I used to have dollars on my $1 bills, and whenever I recruited somebody into a network marketing company, I would go spend $1, and it was like the best thing that I ever did. And
Yeah, well,
I used to do crazy stuff like that. So I'd love to see that.
I promise you, I'm going to do a video from my office when it's all set up. We just moved, so everything is still in boxes. So as soon as I get my office set up, I'm going to actually shoot a video from here and include that picture and a lot of other stuff that's helped me along the way.
Oh, we appreciate it. Well, thanks. And thank you very much. And I think that, your story, I think that everyone can see, everyone on this call. I mean, you look at companies, and most companies fail in their first, year, right? They're gone, they're done. And they go through a life cycle. And what we get to do, because there's so much possibilities, so many different ways to earn in the e-commerce world, and it always changes, we get to bypass that, and we get to reboot things. And so if you guys think for a second that we're not going to be here for 20 years, you'd be sadly mistaken. So we'll have you back on this call in a decade from now, where we're talking about remember that call we had where you had just bought your house, how's things going? And this is where we're going, guys. And so I appreciate it, Georgia. Thank you for everything, and keep rocking it out. Thank you. She's awesome, huh, guys? She's awesome. She's amazing. I saw a name in the chat that I scrolled by, and I'd like to just grab her, and then we'll get Hitesh back on, because I could do this all night. But I want to grab Becky Thames. Becky, I'm about to unmute you. I want to see what you're doing. So she has no idea. Here we go. Becky, do you have a mic? Can you hear me?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can. Guys, say hi to Becky Thames.
Give her a heads up or something. That's
nope,
okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about INFINii. I'm super excited about the changes that are coming. And I'm even more excited that my boys are at a pool party, so they're not here. So I need to get off of here and go get them, or it would be really loud. But my story, let's see, I started in the beginning. I just listed and listed and listed, kind of like Forrest Gump, just kept running and running and running. And I've had over $689,000 in sales, profited well over six figures.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I have a full-time job, two very active boys, a full-time job that I love, by the way, two very active boys. And my husband is retiring June the 30th, so in about 26 more days. So he's super excited, and I'm happy for him. And let's see. I didn't buy a nice house. I stayed in my house. I did buy a car, and my license plate says INFINii. So in South Carolina, you come to South Carolina. That's my license plate number. Let's see what else.
Can you post a picture of that? I'd love to see that. Or did you already and I missed it?
I'll post one. I posted it a while ago, but yeah, I'll post you one. And
that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So we surprised Becky. I mean, she's been rocking it out, just helping so many people, and it's been really cool to I mean, your name comes up so much. And when I saw your name in here, I was like, oh, we gotta bring her back out. And it's amazing what she's able to do. Who here actually knows Becky and she's helped you out in some way? I'm asking that in the chat. I just want to see the results, because people were applauding you as soon as they heard your voice.
Oh,
yeah, right, guys, right? There we go. Beautiful. I wish you could see the chat. So it's really cool. It's really cool, and we appreciate what you're doing, and I'm glad you're excited about INFINii and what we got going on here, because I think that it's about to get a little bit crazy, and we appreciate you being here with us through all that. So thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for having me on.
All right, thanks. So fun times. All right. So what I want to do is, I want to get Hitesh back out here, and we'll see what he's going to bring out. Hitesh, if you hear me, we've been hanging out with some cool INFINii peeps, going through some.
Just kind of been listening in.
Yeah, cool, huh?
I wanted to jump in each time and start a story, because every single one of these people, we've met at events and like Becky, I remember meeting her right before we were actually at the table with Kevin Thompson and going over the whole plan for how we're going to do all of these things. And Becky was just walking right by there, and we met there. But yeah, it's amazing because all of these people have awesome stories. One of the things that I really want to show you guys, and I was going to try to show it yesterday, but it didn't work because when I tried to do it yesterday, it took so long to just download this data that I wasn't able to get to it in time. Okay, so since yesterday, I'd been downloading this one file, which is a record of all the sales that we have tracked through INFINii since the beginning. Okay, so since December to now, all the sales that we have tracked on Amazon and eBay. Okay, so I'm going to grab the screen for just a second. Okay, Kev?
Sounds good.
All right, so and even what Bruce was referring to, right? When Bruce was like, oh, there are people who are like, oh, it doesn't work, pay me money instead, and I'll teach you my real secrets, because apparently all the people buying houses and cars it's just a fluke, right? So guys, here are the sales that we have just tracked. Okay, now there are actually a majority of users, greater than 50% of our users actually are not in the tracking system. Okay, so there are a lot of people who are making even more sales that are not a part of this tracked result here. Okay, but as you can see, this is just a sum. Okay, and I've done this specifically so nobody can be like, oh, well, anybody can type a big number. Yes, everybody can type a big number. This is literally a sum of every single sale that has been tracked, and we can actually go through and show you every single unique result in here. And here is the number, $182 million so far in the last 6 months, while we have been downplaying everything. Okay, this is the big difference in attitude. And this is the thing that really gets me riled up about some of these, the social media people. We could be out there throwing our names and our numbers around like it's nobody's business, but that's not how real businesses are built. That's not how real platforms are built. Okay, that's not how you attract the right type of people. And my aim with this is hopefully anybody on this call who has not actually applied the training yet, go in and start applying the training, because these numbers are just from that. Okay, and again, like I said, this is just the people that we have tracked so far. Okay, and there is a significant, actually doesn't include Bonanza sales, by the way, this list. And it doesn't include a lot of the Amazon. Did not track some of the Amazon sales in the beginning. So there is a lot more happening out there than this number even shows you. And it just blows my mind that somebody would even think that this doesn't work, right? So $182 million since we started out 6 months ago. The part of the reason why we stay quiet about it is, for us, it's not enough, right? Because we know what we can actually be doing, the kind of numbers we can actually be doing, and the kind of results that our users can actually be creating. And more importantly, profit margin we can create for our members. So a very big example is, we're right now working with all of these sources. We're bringing products in, vendors and from sellers, which are selling for very good profit margins out there. And we are trying to enforce a minimum 30% margin for people, for our vendors, when they bring products in. So I'm going to walk you guys through how we're going to scale this up, right? So this is obviously great. Okay, is anybody a little bit excited about this? Like, does this show you guys what you can actually do? We're talking about thousands.
This
is real. Okay.
Well, that says guys, 182 bill. 182 billion. Million. What am I missing here?
This is supposed to be a decimal here. It's supposed to be 182 million 32.
Oh, that's a decimal. Oh, I was like, are you crazy? What? Beautiful. Okay.
No, it's my.
You confused me.
I mean, I can go through this. Yes, well, all of these are.
Yeah, just keep scrolling up for a second.
Here, I'll try and scroll up as fast as I can. Actually, if I just hide this out of the way, you guys can see that I haven't even completed this day's sale yet. Okay, so this is pretty nuts, guys. And
I'm sorry, this is just really cool. When you look at 616.6, this is, keep going up, go up until we end today, until today's done. I just want to see what this looks like from today on. We're still scrolling for today, right? This is all still today.
No, this is the first.
Okay.
This is the first of.
All right.
No, this is the 1st of June.
Guys, this is like I'm a little bit shocked whenever Hitesh pulls out these numbers and I get to see what.
So we just switched from the 1st June to the 31st. Okay, guys. So all of the sales you just saw was just for the first, and we can keep going and going and going. So
this is you guys. This isn't us, by the way. This is you guys. You should applaud yourselves or something. Hop in the chat and just give yourself a pat on the back, guys, because this is nuts. This is you.
And that is exactly the point. That is exactly the point, Kevin. We don't go out there and say, look at us, we're so amazing. Because it's not us, right? All we are the vessels that you guys use in some way to get to this point, right? And so for us, most of this is, our members are getting incredible results. And that was our end goal, right? So for us, there is no, I guess we don't have the sense of, well, let's go out there and really like hype this thing up, because the whole goal was for our members to do well. So if our members are doing well, I'm sorry, guys, this file is so massive. My computer is having a hard time even keeping up with this. And I have a pretty fancy computer, but this is incredible. So I'm very excited about it. Every time I pull the records down, each time it takes much longer, as you can imagine. And just so you guys know, this number that we have on our site right here, and we'll be updating this number here soon. There are industry watchers, and if I name them, you would immediately be like, oh, yes, we know these people. Industry watchers, watchdogs, if you will, who actually contact us. And they are like, listen, you can't make this claim without you proving it. So we actually had to sign an NDA. We had the person sign an NDA, and we actually furnished all of our sales results to them so they could prove that this number was actually accurate. So you guys are pretty awesome. Okay, you guys are awesome. So now it's the whole thing is about how do we get to the next level, right? How do we take this to the very next level? So here is how we are going to do it. It's done using our internal marketplace. Okay, now let me explain how that works and how the whole process works, how you guys benefit from that, how that fits into the comp plan, and hopefully you can address all the questions. Okay, so you will see these words used to describe a vendor or a participant in the INFINii marketplace, a publisher, a manufacturer, a vendor, or a seller. You will see all of those words used at different times, depending on what the role of that vendor is specifically. So let's say that you referred a vendor to us, which was just like referring a vendor to us with your INFINii link, right? When you refer somebody to INFINii, you send them to infinii.com, your username. It's basically the same thing. You get to send them to INFINii marketplace / infiniimarket.com / and then there's a URL with sponsor equals you. Okay, so whoever you are, that whatever your username is, that's basically how it works. And both INFINii, our whole comp plan and everything, is connected with the INFINii market. Okay, so they are both connected together. Now, here is how this plays out. When you refer a vendor to us, when you send them to this link, they go to a page like this. Okay, now I've just grabbed a screenshot what that page actually looks like. So they create their store. Okay, they create a new username and all that stuff. And now they have set up an account in INFINii Market to sell, just like they would sell on Amazon or they would sell on eBay and so on. They instead are listing their item on INFINii Marketplace. The benefit is that INFINii Market is a closed system. Only INFINii members have access to it. So they can actually display prices that they cannot display in an open marketplace right to the customers. Okay, so they come and they create this account, and now you will see them in your genealogy just like you would see other people in your genealogy. Okay, so when you go to your page that Kevin was showing you guys earlier, you will be able to see this vendor right there. Okay, now here's what happens. Let's say this vendor sells fitness equipment, bike accessories, and some table lamps and desk lamps, stuff like that. Okay, now let's say they have an item that they put in our marketplace for $50. And now everybody else, people like Becky and Bruce and Georgia and Scott and everybody else in here goes out and starts selling it, right? And we just saw 182 million done so far just from tracked users. It's actually more than that, but we also have people who take these items and sell them on their own stores and on Shopify stores and so on. So now let's say that 400 or 500 people say, all right, this is pretty cool because I see that this item, this desk lamp, for example, is actually selling out there for about $89. So they go out there and they start selling it on eBay and Amazon and their own stores and Shopify, and then something called INFINii stores, which we will talk about later. But we're going to do this because it's a good marketing ploy to always throw that there for branding purposes. So we're just going to do that. See how transparent we are. But you basically have all these people out there, hundreds, thousands, 10,000 people out there, depending on how popular the items are, selling these products on all of these different places. Okay. Now, every single time they sell the item, they come to the marketplace and they source it from here, right? So Joe Smith from Texas, flooding Texas right now, but from Texas orders a boat, and they come and they buy the boat from the INFINii marketplace, okay? And every time somebody does this, right? So now you have hundreds of sellers selling to thousands of customers, and they're all coming and purchasing it from this vendor. Every time they buy the product from this vendor, 3% of the sale gets converted to business volume, okay? And shows up attached to this vendor. Just like if you refer, let's say you referred somebody at the surge level, you would see 150 BV here. The same way, every time this item sells, you're going to see some BV showing up over here, okay? So let's say that they sold 1,000 of these items, okay? Let's say all their items combined on average was $50, and they sold 1,000 units across all the different members who have been selling it across all the different marketplaces that exist out there. So now you have $50,000 worth of volume that was done, and 3% of that produced 1,500 BV. Okay, and this business volume behaves just like any other business volume. This is like you referring 10 surge members, right? Now, you're able to treat your vendor the same way that you treat a referred user. So you actually can move them in your holding tank for the next 30 days under somebody else, right? So now you can actually use this as a very, very strong incentive for when somebody comes in and you're like, hey guys, let's go out and get some vendors, and we will use that as a reward for people who actually grow the team at the same time, right? So all of the e-commerce activity now, which happens in the marketplace, turns into business volume as well. And you can use that business volume just like you would use business volume from somebody signing up. Okay, so here is why one of the reasons we don't really worry too much or care too much about people going out there and be like, oh, let me teach you. Instead, anybody who wants to teach you, learn from. Okay, learn from everybody that you can. That's our attitude too. Okay, if anybody can teach us something more about marketing, we will gladly learn about it. So if somebody teaches you how to sell more, or is teaching everybody in INFINii how to sell more, that's a good thing for us, because that means more people are selling successfully and more people are buying successfully from INFINii marketplace, which is generating more business volume as well. Okay, so this is what happens when you refer people to the marketplace, when you refer vendors to the marketplace. Now, the exact same thing happens on the digital side. And here's how it works. So imagine that instead of this, you instead have somebody who says, hey, let me show you how I'm making a lot of money selling bundled items from my blog. Okay, let me show you how I do that. So they write a little ebook, they make a video series about it, and they publish it on INFINii Digital. And the same thing happens. Everybody who purchases their product generates 5% BV in INFINii. Okay, so the digital people, the digital publisher produces 5% BV. So let's say that this item costs $100. Every single time this happens, you have 5 BV that shows up right here. Okay, so Once again, if you have somebody who is really good at something and they are willing to teach and they want to teach and they want to reach a bigger audience, you can do the same thing here. For example, we have Derek, who is really, really good at targeting and making money by selling books. We have Michael and Marion, who are really good with couponing. And they've actually shown stuff where they've gone and bought like $380 worth of stuff and paid like $12 for it. It's ridiculous, $20 or something like that. I like looked at it and I was like, I don't even think this is legal. Like it didn't seem to make sense to me at that time. So these are examples of people who can put out that digital product, and instead of it being something that tries to compete or is interpreted as, hey, is this a good thing or a bad thing, which is unfortunately one of the reasons why many major companies suffer, right? Because they have to deal with, is this competition or not? Our idea is very simple. Listen, it's not competition because it's helping our members. It's going to help our members make more money doing e-commerce, which is going to help our partners because now all of that volume is turned into business volume as well, both on the digital sales and on the physical sales. Okay, is this clearer? Does this make more sense, guys? Is this clearer now a little bit?
And this, it's funny because you touched on something that I want everyone to understand when you look at marketplace and everything. And there's a reason why, like you made a statement and you said when someone goes out there and puts out an e-commerce, training program, that training program, we're cool with that, right? Why? Because it's still educating people in e-commerce, and there's a lot of that happening out there. Right? There's been JVZoo launches and all kinds of stuff about here's how to sell in e-commerce, here's how to sell in e-commerce, here's how to sell in e-commerce. What they don't have and what no other platform has is going to be marketplace, vendors, stores, digital, all tied in. So when someone out there learns how to sell from somebody else, they still need to come someplace to get the supplies and the tools and the actual software. And that's where we get to step in. So no matter how many people teach this stuff out there, all it does is reinforce and brings us even more people that are educated in the ways of selling in e-commerce. And that for us is a plus. So just want to toss that out there because you kind of touched on it. And I want to do something, Hitesh. I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to answer a question quick from Nicole. Her question was, what BV do I get if I dropship something from the marketplace and I did not refer the vendor? You get the profit, right? You're just drop shipping something. You just sold something on eBay, let's say, and you drop shipped it from the marketplace. So you get to make that profit. You get to keep the profit. The person who referred the vendor, due to whom you were able to generate that profit now, gets the 3%. Okay, so the vendor's referrer gets the 3%. You get to make the profit on the sale. Okay, now when stores comes out, then the equation changes a little bit more because then you will also be generating business volume when somebody in your downline sells, not just buys from the marketplace. Okay, so we'll talk about that when we get to the stores point. But right now, this is basically what's the scenario with how the marketplace functions. Okay, now I do want to clarify 2 more points, and then Kevin, you can take over. So the first point is every product, every digital product or a digital platform that we produce, that Kevin, Jason, and I control, we always put that through INFINii Digital. Okay, so actually this whole thing of having a platform that other platforms run on has existed for a very, very long time. We just put the name of INFINii on it fairly recently. So for example, DSD, INFINii tracking, and then we actually have a few more products out there that we're going to talk about later. These are products that we control. There are many, many others as well that we are going to be talking about later. But when we put out a product through INFINii Digital, we also get to play a little bit with how much is converted into BV. So you will find in some cases, the BV won't be 5%, but rather it'll be like 20%, 25%, even higher in some cases. So for those of you who have lists or who want to run advertising campaigns outside of e-commerce, you can actually use products from INFINii Digital, build your entire compensate your rewards plan in INFINii itself too. So there is a whole other thing that you're able to do with that. And I know that I've had a couple people ask questions about it. So you will get to do that as well. So you don't have to worry about it. We'll cover all of that stuff when we get to it. And yes, guys, there are sales videos. There is a vendor's sales video that walks a vendor through how it works. And then we have a process video, which shows people how the whole process works. We're actually animating that right now. It's actually a pretty nice video. It's not, the usual where Kevin is wearing one of his death metal band shirts and he says, "Hey, everybody, Kevin the one." So it's a more animated video. So it's a high-end video that we're going to be putting out, kind of in line with some of the others that we have put out recently. So you will see that in the back office, along with the resources to how to promote INFINii market and so on. So go ahead, Kevin. You can now continue.
You caught me off guard with your death metal band shirts. Just for the record, that's slander, sir.
You have the shirt that I've seen you wearing, which is a black shirt with white. It looks like a death metal band. So. Yeah, but please go ahead.
So, all right. So pretty exciting stuff, guys. And tomorrow is going to be the big day. So we're gonna be putting all hands on deck. We got a lot of stuff going on, especially for those of you who are partners in here. You're going to want to be on tomorrow's webinar because we're going to wrap this all up, and you guys are going to start getting some access to some cool stuff. So in the meantime, if you guys have had success in e-commerce, and even if you haven't, if you're looking forward to, if you're getting ready to rock it out, I just made a post. Head on over there and let me know what your results have been. $182 million in e-com sales is pretty crazy, and I want to see who on here has been a part of that. And if you haven't been a part of that yet, you will be pretty soon, and we'll get you guys up to speed on that. But I want to make sure you guys are over there supporting these folks that are building, helping them out, helping them grow, giving them some encouragement on what they're doing, because it's a pretty big thing that they've been able to achieve, that our members have been able to achieve. So I don't want to take that lightly at any time. It's a lot of money in sales. This stuff works. The platform works. And what we're doing on the partner side is about to explode that and get that out to the masses. And you guys are part of that. So let me know if you guys are part of that. Just hop in the chat and let me know. Say, I'm ready to go. I'm a part of this. I'm ready to build this. If you can see what we've been doing in the last couple of days, we've been hopping on webinars, kind of bringing you guys up to speed on what we're doing. Tomorrow, we're going to open the floodgates, so it'll be a good time. So make sure you guys are on there. Spread the word about the webinar we're having tomorrow. And definitely there's some folks that were on here that had never seen this stuff before. And I think now they're probably pretty excited about what we've got going on here. So pretty awesome stuff. And that's all I got, man. I'm excited. It's ridiculous to me to think that that one group of people can band together. One group of people can lock arms and do that much in sales and change that many lives. It's a lot of money in people's pockets. Collectively as a team. So just impressive, guys.
Absolutely. Absolutely it is. So guys, all of you are awesome. I don't want to say that too much because I don't want all of you to get a big head about yourselves, but you should be somewhat happy with what you guys have done and be somewhat proud of what you guys have achieved. It's amazing. It's very exciting. The thing that I really want to hammer home is, as much of a unique thing as it is that we have a company where our members have done such amazing numbers, as unique as that is, as wonderful as that is, we also have to keep in mind that this is what you would expect in a system that actually works. This is what you would expect from members who are actually selling and knowing all the trends that we know, and the fact that we know that over $1 trillion in sales is being done online now and so on. This is exactly what you should be expecting. So it's a good news. I guess I wouldn't say that it's a shock to me. Like, I was kind of already in my head going, I can't expect this, I guess in part because I was downloading the file and I know how I assumed it was going to be a pretty big number. But let's not be shocked too much about it. Let's more keep in mind that the process works. It's actually exactly what we would expect if all the things we've been saying this whole time were true. So this is more a vindication of what we have known and what we have built towards. And you should feel very comfortable, very excited to be sharing these things. So that's all that I have for today. Tomorrow, we are going to, I think tomorrow is the day that we take a break from the webinar, and then we come back Monday, because Monday is when we open up the card. You're going to start seeing the business volume. That night, you're going to see the rank for the first time, and you'll get to start doing all the magical stuff in the back office. And that's what we're all pretty excited about. So,
all right. So tomorrow break, and then we're back on Monday. Yeah. Just want to make sure everyone knows. Okay. And Hitesh, can I do one more thing before we lock this out? One more thing I want to do. Okay. So I just had a side message, and
I just made you the presenter.
Okay. So let me grab that. I just had a side message, and I'm actually going to surprise her because it's pretty impressive. So Debbie, I'd just like to unmute you real quick. We're gonna do this one more time. Let's see if we can get her. I don't know if she's even on the phone or not. Nope. Okay. So I don't think I can get her. I wanted to grab Debbie because she just posted that she has done. She's already over at $1,000. Okay, 4 days in. 4 days in, guys. Debbie, you're awesome. 4 days in, you are awesome. And I'm sorry I'm bringing you out here, but that's beautiful, and you should be proud of that. So everyone, just give her a round of applause, and make sure you post that, Debbie, and make sure everyone can see that, because you're awesome. And 4 days in. 4 days in. So I'm going to be looking for that on this post right here. I'd love to see that, Debbie, and we appreciate what you're doing. So next time I'd love to bring you out and just give people a hint as to what you did, because 4 days in and you're already in there. I mean, you should see the chat. It's lighting up with way to go, Debbie, go, Debbie. And you should be proud of that. You should be totally, you're done. It's ridiculous. Come on. Where else can you go? And 4 days into a program have made $1,000 in profit on the product side. Come on. So I think that's a good spot to end at, Hitesh. I mean, wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
So why don't we do what we always do? Kev, if you want to highlight something from the webinar and talk about what has been done, and hopefully everybody has hit their goal so far, and they have, posted that already, and not hit their goals, but they've posted what the goals are that they're going to be aiming for. But if you all would like to go ahead and like and comment on what Kevin is about to share next, which is when our next webinar is going to be, what our vendor's system coming out is going to be, and so on. Well, actually, it looks like you just posted this, Kevin. This is great. So, yeah, there you go. Kev, just direct everybody there, and we will go from there.
If you're a partner in here on that Monday webinar, you guys definitely want to be on there, okay? Because we'll have the recording sitting right here of this one on day 3. Day 4, you guys want to be on there, especially the partners, guys, especially the partners. We'll give you a break from our craziness for one night, okay? It's been 3 days in a row. We'll give you a break for one night, and then we're back at it because we've got some crazy things going on. And if you're a partner in here and you're looking to build this, that's going to catapult you, guaranteed, okay? Guaranteed. So, all right, Norman says he doesn't need a break, but I think he's just being nice. All right, love you guys. If that's it, that's all I got, buddy. That's all I got, Hitesh, unless you want to say good night to everybody, and we appreciate you guys for being here.
No, this is awesome. I actually even see, Freddie, I see so many people who are re-engaged and engaged for the first time, for those who haven't been. Because this is a unique model, this is a beautiful model, and now we have a missing piece that we didn't have before, which was a system that rewards you to actually help people. You know how easy it is for Kevin and I to find a product that pays 50, 60, 70, 80% commissions and just go drive traffic and make a bunch of money. That's easy to do. And sometimes we look at each other and go, man, that is easy to do. This is so much work. But at the same time, this is so much more gratifying when we actually see people's results. And we know that we've been working towards building something unique. And always we have seen people held back, because when we have systems where, we did 50% commission on the first sale and so on, what ends up happening over time is that the only people who make money on the affiliate side are people who can drive traffic, right? Because if you can get 1,000, 2,000 people on your level 1, then you can make a lot of money. If you can't, then you don't make a lot of money. And it really starts removing the incentive to want to share, to want to get more people to join the system and run with it. So, I'm just very excited about what's going to happen now that we have the right comp plan in place, right? Now that we have a rewards plan instead of a comp plan, now that we have a team growth system, now that we have something that actually has visible, measurable results for everyone, that's what I'm really excited about. And that's what I'm really looking forward to. So you guys are amazing. Thank you for doing what you've done so far. And we are really looking forward to seeing you guys really blow up the numbers that we have so far to an even bigger number. So we'll see you guys soon and talk to you soon.